You spoke a lot about the tablet opportunity, but you only spoke very briefly about the rest of the business and their prospects. Could you talk a little more about the current businesses that are generating cash flow today?
Slide 61, please. I'm sorry, slide 48, please, or 38, please. This is our analysis of the current competitive marketplace. We see strong growth opportunities in Microsoft Business Division and Server and Tools Division. The products are integrated. Sinofsky's departure in November marked a new change in Microsoft management. They're integrating their business divisions, and as such, we believe there's strong growth opportunities in both the cloud products, their virtualization platform, their database management system, CRM, and the collaboration tools. These products all work hand in hand together, which is the process of the vertical integration model, and tablets are going to provide supplemental lift to that.
Just to show I'm sorry, the revenue growth assumptions. Yeah, here's the slide. So this is the assumptions used in our three scenarios. We project market share in the Windows division to actually slightly decline due to the recent PC shipments data coming out from IDC this March. We are in line on server and tools at around 10% per year growth rate. MBD we have at 8% growth rate, and entertainment and devices we have constant with the rest of the consensus.
Are you guys concerned that some of the new product areas where they have very low sales right now, and just the overall business strategy is that they're entering areas where they're competing against actually some of their own customers, because a lot of Microsoft products are used by all the other players, and is that really sustainable? And if you're buying the stock, do you feel comfortable that they're a sort of a disruptive force? And I guess they have to become an increasingly disruptive force. I mean, does it make sense to you? What do you think of the problems with what they're doing? Have you really thought about those?
Well, back in October, we had the opportunity to speak with investor relations, and we got to ask them the most important question to us at the time, which was, are you going to port native Office onto the Android and iOS operating systems? Based on the very non-committal answer we got, we inferred that the answer was no, and it's been central to our thesis since. And sure enough, in January, they announced that iOS would not be getting native Office. And in this way, we believe is their main competitive advantage in the rapidly growing tablet industry.
And how will you, what do you track? I mean, you mentioned some industry data that comes in to know that they're on track, because they have a long way to go to really get to this. I mean, you have the growth accelerating in 2 or 3 years from now, and I mean, that's something as an investor in companies, you always like to look for the growth, to seeing it now, and just something that's way out in the future is a bit harder to believe in.
Just to start off, I think most investors pay attention to Gartner and IDC figures, which are updated monthly, and based on their projections, they have the tablet market more than doubling in the next 3 years. That can be supported through our survey as well.
We are in line with consensus today in tablet market size of Surface and Microsoft's initiatives taking 1% today. We see the growth coming in the later years, primarily due to an adoption of Microsoft's new mobile platforms. It takes at least 12 months to implement the applications to these, and businesses just naturally are a laggard when it comes to adopting new technology.
I mean, it's one of the very well-known stocks in the market. Why do you think it is, or why do you think it's, or why do you think this value in your recommendation has not been captured by the market?
We believe that the market is not recognizing the fundamental shift in how Microsoft's business is operating. We base our target primarily on the DCF because we see them as fundamentally shifting to a devices and service market. As per best industry practices, it is inappropriate to use relative valuation when it comes to this. Just looking at their cash flow, is how we arrived at our $42 price target. And we think that when the market recognizes the shift, they will look at their cash flow.
And if I could support this through the first slide on the tablet survey. We did a proprietary survey with over 400 industry respondents, and I think the main thing that's not being priced in is the extremely high risk involved with entering the tablet division. Not a lot of players are giving Microsoft credit for their move into tablets, and sales have started off slowly. However, in our survey, we polled, as I said, over 400 people, and of the 30% of non-tablet owners, about 80% of them said they would consider purchasing a tablet if it served a better business purpose. And that's what I think is Microsoft's key advantage in it, and it's a business tool. It's not a toy or a web searching email device like a iPad would be.
I just want to follow up on that with, you're saying that they will focus on businesses, and businesses will be the ones that will buy these tablets. But what about the whole move to people actually purchasing their own hardware and then just having the business have to fit with whatever they do?
That's a great question. It's called a bring your own device market. Companies are reimbursing how people use their devices. This is a chart showing that Microsoft Surface Tablet and the Windows Phone are the highest growing platform creations in the corporate world right now, at 35% and 25% respectively. This is CIOs developing the Windows Mobile plan for the corporate ecosystem. The growth is there. The competitive advantages are strong, and Microsoft is currently the only tablet that can incorporate legacy software as well as existing security protocols.
But I guess my point was more to the fact that individuals are now picking their own device and expecting work to sort out everything else. And so I think why would they go away from Apple or Android?
As indicated from our survey, we believe that consumers will recognize this, and it is a robust ecosystem at work where users are bringing them in as well as businesses are purchasing for them. Based on our survey, there is an indication that people are interested in a tool like this. The most significant being is that they cannot currently run the software they use for work on their current tablets. And this is also further indicated by the CIO of SAP saying that he would reimburse any employee for a Surface tablet that they brought to work.
Can you talk about the company's history? Is that okay? Yeah. With the company's history in share buybacks and dividend policy?
Dividends started for the first time in about 2005. There was a one-time very big payout, and since 2006, dividends have been consistent and related to earnings, just about 10% growth rate, pretty smooth over the last 6 years, and we carry that forward in the next 5 years, assuming a 10% growth rate in dividends, which we believe they'll keep steady. As far as repurchases are concerned, if you look at the main, if you can turn to the main slide, please. They have a history of being able to pull the trigger at whim with a massive amount of share repurchases. In 2006, they repurchased $27 billion of stock. In hindsight, we think the move didn't work out because of the obvious recession that ensued, but we believe that the capability exists for Microsoft to step in a big way with repurchases. And given the depressed stock levels we currently are seeing, we think this is an appropriate time.
You should that as a percentage of market cap, say the 27 billion they did? As a percentage of market cap, how much is that over the last few years?
Excuse me?
The share purchase they've made, can you put that in perspective against the market cap of the company?
It's about 10% of their market cap.
Okay.
Why wouldn't they just make a much higher dividend payout ratio? A lot of investors like dividends rather than buybacks.
Well, we do think they're going to grow their dividend policy, but the market is going to currently reward them for buybacks. According to our analysis and many other analysis, you need today's price implies negative free cash flow growth, which doesn't even seem plausible to say the least. So we think the market will reward them for buybacks. And
Thank you.